Hello everyone, it's Kitri. Today I want to show you 5 free resources that will save you hundreds of hours of googling, guessing and experimenting. You will probably end up bookmarking all of them. They're impactful no matter what game you're making or what game engine you're using. And somehow almost no YouTube channel is talking about them, so no matter how many tutorials you've watched, you will find value here. Okay, so first one, noclip.website. So this site allows you to explore different environments and areas from different games. So for instance, you have this map from The Legend of Zelda, and you can fly through the environment. You can study the different 3D models, textures, and materials from the game. And thanks to that, see all the different tiny tricks that the developer used in order to make this game. That's particularly useful if you want to know how to optimize your game, especially with games made a long time ago because they use a lot of very niche tricks. You can understand how levels were connected, the amount of details that the different textures had, how they managed to bake the light or the shadows. So anyway, that's a very good resource if you want to learn more about how big games are made. So yeah, I will suggest you to go on this website and play a little bit with all the different settings that they offer you. However, a video game is not only composed with a 3D environment. There are also user interfaces, and for that, we have our second website, GameUI Database. Here, you will find thousands of games, screens, and videos of different video games. And this is the best website in order to find references of different UI. Whether you're a game developer, a designer, or an UI UX artist. So you can study how games handle UI design and browse the catalog. You can also filter by kind of UI that you would like, such as inventory, dialogue, main menu, map, skill tree, settings, things like that, but also by platform, PC, console, or mobile, and finally by game genre. So yeah, I won't dig much more into that website because I think that the website speaks for itself. You can definitely see its value and what you can get from it. So now that you know more about 3D environment and game UI, it's time for me to introduce you the level design book. So it's not really a book like a PDF or something, it's more like an interactive book that you can find online. And this website teaches you how to make great levels. And since the format is a website, it is regularly updated. The cool thing about this website is that it's very well structured. You can find different categories and chapters about how you can build a level, starting from the pre-production, the layout, the scripting, the lighting and environment until the release. And you can find examples but also technical definitions of different words that you will encounter, but also studies of different real video games. In my case, I always jump back into that website every time I need to create a new video game or prototype to remind me how I must lay out my levels. And if you find these resources useful, please consider subscribing. I would be really happy if we could reach 80 subscribers on my channel. That being said, let's jump to the fourth resource. So, when you're making a video game, usually you browse YouTube and you will find multiple channels that will have tutorials or resources about how to make video games. But if you want real insight from the industry, you have to jump into the GDC Vault. For those who don't know what GDC is, it's the Game Developer Conference. It's a conference where a lot of game developers from very famous companies such as Nintendo, PlayStation, Ubisoft, or whatever you can imagine comes and gives some insight about how they build this or this. So yeah, GDC Vault is the place where you can find all the different presentations that they have made. So yeah, as you can see, you have different categories. It can be the design, the audio, the programming, but also monetization, localization, marketing, and stuff like that that you cannot find easily on YouTube. You also have presentations from, as I said, very big players of the industries, but also very small teams and indie developers that want to show how they created this or this. Alright, so now after 3D environment, game UI, a lot of different resources from the game industry. Last but not least, game font library. I think that this one is very recent, so not a lot of people know about it. It's made by a single person, if I'm not wrong, and yeah, it's still a baby website, so Not all games are available, but yeah, you still already have a lot of them. And the purpose of this website is very simple. You go into a website and you can see all the different fonts that were used and also where they were used. So that becomes very powerful if you complete it with Game UI database, because on one hand you will have the UI and UX, and on the other hand you will have all the fonts that were used in this game. You will notice that a lot of fonts are free and open source, so you can definitely reuse them in your game if you want to, or just use some inspiration. And that's it. That's all for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Once again, please consider subscribing so we can reach 80 subscribers at least, hopefully. And I hope it was useful for you.